So welcome to my channel. If you're thinking about moving to San Antonio, Texas, before you pack your bags and move to this vibrant city, I'm going to take you and let you know all of the things that you need to know about San Antonio, Texas. So stay tuned as we dive in. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about all of the great things about San Antonio, Texas, and maybe some of the things that you don't know about. I'm going to talk to you about the cost of living, local attractions, the culture, the diversity. I'm also going to talk to you about the housing market, of course, and that way you can have an idea about what San Antonio has to offer you and you can make the right decision. So, if this is the first time you've ever been to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell, tap that bell, so you can be the first to get all of the information here on the San Antonio metropolitan area. My name is Jana Cervantes and I'm with eXp Realty, Cervantes Dream Homes, and I want to be your realtor. So if you think the San Antonio metropolitan area is a place that you want to live, then you need to call me. You need to fill out the comments, schedule a Zoom call, send me an email, pick up the phone and call me. Whatever it is, I get calls from people like you all the time, and I want to make sure that when you come to San Antonio, you know everything there is about it, from location to costs to who's going to find me the right mortgage person, who's going to find me the right title company. Well guys, that's me. So stay tuned and let's talk about San Antonio. I'm going to start off with the cost of living, and the cost of living here in San Antonio and the surrounding areas is about 10% less than other areas like Austin, Dallas, Houston. So that is a plus, that is a perk. That's why a lot of people come to this area. It depends on the area that you're moving to, obviously, here in San Antonio, because there are some suburbs of San Antonio that are a little bit higher priced, but still not what you would find up in the Dallas area or even in the Austin area. Utilities, grocery, gas, those are all relatively lower, about 4% lower than other areas here in the state of Texas. So it is definitely a huge draw for financial reasons. We do not have a state income tax. And you guys, I've talked about that before, and that is a huge plus. We are one of 9 that do not have that state federal tax. And so that's definitely a plus and will save you a ton of money. We do have property taxes and they can run a little high, but for the most part, the cost of living here in San Antonio is pretty dang good. So today I find myself down here at the Pearl Historic District, and it is just gorgeous. It's an old Pearl brewery, and if you've never been to San Antonio, one, you need to come, but if you've never been to the Pearl, it is such a cool place. They've got great eateries, great cold drinks, lots of shopping, lots of boutiques. They have a hotel. Emily's Hotel is here. It really is just a fancy place to come and be touristy. And they have a dog park, and they have market days on the weekend. It's just a neat place. Okay, so I really want to talk to you about San Antonio's climate. Well, guys, it is mid-December here, and I don't need a jacket. So the winters are very mild, and the summers are pretty dang hot. We have about 100 days of over 100, but it's bearable because I like the hot weather, because there's lots of water activities around the San Antonio area, Canyon Lake, Schlitterbahn, lots of things that you can do to stay cool. But in the winters, there's no shoveling snow, guys. There's an occasional summer thunderstorm, or even like when a cold front blows in. But for the most part, our weather is pretty dang gorgeous, and lots of pictures I have of my family in shorts on Christmas Day, which I just think is hilarious. So sometimes we decorate our palm trees because they are, you know, what's here in the South Texas area. So our climate here in San Antonio is super good. Love it. Okay, so San Antonio is definitely a car-dependent city. Our traffic can be challenging, but I will tell you, it is nothing like Austin or even like Dallas. There is some public transportation. The Via Metropolitan Transit provides bus services, but they're not as extensive as you would find in the larger cities. And a lot of things are so spread out here in Texas because it's a huge state, but a lot of walking, a lot of driving, but not so much public transportation. So if that's what you like, if you like to hop on the subway, if you like to get on the railways, then San Antonio is not for you guys. I told you earlier that I was down here in the Pearl area, and the job market here in San Antonio is pretty diverse. There's lots and lots of opportunities for healthcare. We've got lots of hospitals, as any major city does. We have 3 Air Force bases, and that provides a lot of job opportunities here for San Antonio and for our veterans and for our civilians. So that is definitely a draw. We've got education, of course. And I'm going to talk about education here in a minute, but San Antonio does have a really good public education system, but they also have some private education places, some private education schools, some religious education, if that's what you're looking for. So we definitely have all of that to offer. It is not quite as developed as Austin as far as the tech, like Dale or some of the techie places. San Antonio doesn't have that, but we do have an Amazon, and we do have a Toyota plant, and we are growing. So I would imagine that all that is coming in. So if you're looking to buy, maybe this time is the right time to buy. So families moving here to the San Antonio area, you'll be glad to know that the city has a mix of highly rated public and private schools. Northside and Northeast independent school districts are among the largest here in San Antonio, and they are definitely the most reputable. We have outlying school districts. We have Bernie ISD, Comal ISD, New Braunfels ISD, Seguin ISD, Navarro ISD, and all of those are pretty highly rated. But here in San Antonio, Northeast and Northside are definitely your highest rated public education. Now, if you're into higher education, there's some wonderful places. We've got the University of Texas at San Antonio that offers tons and tons and tons of majors, any field that you want. And then we also have Trinity University, which they're kind of a counterpart against my son's school, Schreiner. It's always a battle between us, but they are highly, highly rated. They're right on the verge of being an Ivy League. Trinity is a great place with a beautiful campus, right downtown, right by the zoo. It's just a nice place. So if that is what you are looking for, higher education, then San Antonio has that to offer as well. And close to it in Seguin, we've got Texas Lutheran University and Texas State in San Marcos, Schreiner, go Mountaineers, go Bo James, in Kerrville. So lots of places. The local culture here in San Antonio is one of my favorite things about it. If you're a foodie, which I don't know if I'm a foodie, but I like to eat, then you can't go wrong here. Here in San Antonio, we've got such a diverse culture. We celebrate everybody, and I love that. And that's one of the things I love about San Antonio is they have a fiesta, and it's a 10-day celebration packed with parades and food and cold drinks and live music. Just crazy fun things. We also have our Christmas stuff. Right now it's Christmas time. You can see some of the Christmas lights behind me. But if you've never been to the Riverwalk here in San Antonio, then the Riverwalk is a wonderful place to go, whether it's in the summer, a little hot, or in the winter, so you can see the beautiful Christmas lights. It is a great place with lots of restaurants and things like that. So the culture and the location of San Antonio, Texas is a great place. It's about 3 hours away from the beach. So if that's something that you like to do, then that is definitely a plus because you can get there on a day's notice. And of course, I already told you that the Mexican food, the barbecue, on point. Oh. Like any major city, San Antonio has its areas of higher crime rates. And so it is very important that you find somebody who knows the area. Like your local real estate guru. Oh, that would be me. Yes, that's me. So it's very important that you talk to somebody and that you really look at some of the neighborhoods before moving. We've got the suburbs that are a little bit safer, but we also have Alamo Heights, which is a very safe place. Of course, you've got the Dominion, you've got Chavano Park, Bernie, Boulevardy. Those are all really safe areas. So if that's what your concern is the crime rate, then you can look that up on niche.com, but you can also talk to me and find out that information. But it is a relatively safe town. They are actually improving on that. They are really working on beautifying the city of San Antonio, and that helps when you've got that beautification programs going on. Just seems to be a little bit less crime. So that's the crime rate. So last but not least, I want to talk to you about the current housing market trends here in San Antonio. And the market offers an array of options for lifestyles. If you want, the median home price for San Antonio right now is about $320,000. It is about a 1.7 decrease to the previous year, but the market is somewhat competitive, with homes typically selling after about 75 days on the market, just depending on the area. You can get a spec home for a little bit less money with great incentives and good interest rates, or you can get acreage, you can get a ranch, you can get a custom home built over here for $560,000. That would cost you, well, over 1.5 million in California, but would cost you $600,000 to $700,000 in Dallas, Texas. So I love the fact that our housing prices here are a little bit less. We have our notable neighborhoods here in San Antonio, guys. Let me tell you about Alamo Heights. Well-established neighborhood, top-rated schools. They have their own police station, police department, and it is Alamo Heights ISD. They have some historic homes, and they have the McNay, and that's just a beautiful area. The median homes range about $500,000 in that area. We've also got Stone Oak, which it is a master plan community. It is its own little city. Right now, the housing predominantly is around 400,000. You can find some up and you can find some down. So it does definitely have a distinct array. Most of the communities in Stone Oak are gated, and it is Northeast ISD, which I've already talked to you about. King William. I don't know if I've ever mentioned King William, but King William is a historic district, and it has 19th century architecture. It's very artsy. It's a great place. You can walk to eateries, you can walk to museums. Just a beautiful neighborhood. They have a King William Fair every year during the Fiesta 10-day period, and a lot of people really enjoy living in the King William area. It has a array of prices. It ranges from about $450,000 all the way up to $1 million. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Tobin Hill. It is close here to the Pearl. So that's really close to where I'm sitting right now. And it's new developments, and their median homes are about $280,000. So it's a little bit more affordable. And if that's in your price range and you want to live where it's downtown, there's hustle and bustle, there's nightlife, there's market days, parks, hiking trails, all of that, then Tobin Hill is for you. Monte Vista. It is one of the oldest neighborhoods, and they have 20th century homes here in San Antonio. It's very close to Trinity University, which I talked to you about earlier. It has homes from 400,000 up to 2 million. It is an older subdivision, very established, beautiful trees, beautiful yards. But those are the top neighborhoods that I would say are inside 1604, inside San Antonio. So San Antonio, there is 1604 that goes around it. All of the suburbs sit outside of 1604. So you've got Marion, Seguin, Geronimo, Bulverde, New Braunfels, Bernie, Helotes, St. Hedwig, Church Cibolo. Those all surround 1604, but they're on the outside. On the inside of 1604 is what I would consider San Antonio, Texas. So those are your top 5. I hope that you've enjoyed this video about it, and I hope that you got some information that was very important to you. Now, this does not negate the fact that you need to set up a Zoom call, fill out the comments, call me, do something to get a hold of me so I can be your realtor and help you make that move to the San Antonio metropolitan area. Like I said, I don't care if you're moving tomorrow or if you're moving in 5 months. I don't care if you're coming from Seguin, Texas, or if you're coming from Georgia, like my last clients. Hi, Jack and Lisa. And again, it is a windy day, which I seem to pick when I do all of my filming. So again, thank you for joining me on this tour of San Antonio. I hope you got lots of information that you needed. It's going to be a great year. 2025 is going to be fantastic. Let's make it one of the best. I can't wait to meet you. See you in Texas, y'all.